Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Power Half Hour Unstoppable Business Owner. I'm your host, Dorothy Odell. I'm the founder of Unstoppable Overcomers, and I have the distinct pleasure of bringing Kimberly Genovese to the show. Welcome, Kimberly.
Hello.
Hello. So Kimberly is one of the founders of Freedom Global Group, and I love. What did I mess that up?
No, it's totally fine. It's Freedom Group Global.
Oh well,
And
there we go.
and it's perfect. Like hey, and that's the beauty of the name. It's interchangeable.
It's interchangeable. And I love what you're doing. So tell us more about this whole adjustable rate thing and helping people get out of these mortgages they can't afford. Because that, wow, that blows
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah. So it's so there's currently across America, there's people that are dealing with both residentially and commercially adjustable rate mortgages that they signed on for, 3, 5, 7 years ago that, for whatever reason, right. They weren't able to refinance them into a lower, fixed rate. And so now they're coming due. And the problem is they're not qualifying for a lower rate, and or the rates are even they're so high that they can't qualify for the new loans because they can't afford the payments.
Wow. So what does one do in that situation?
Well, I mean, there's a series of things to do. The unfortunateness of it all is that because they actually have equity, this is not like 2008 where the market crashed and they didn't have equity. So, banks are not in the business of being landlords and owning real estate. That's not what they're in the business of. So back in 08, they were much more agreeable to creating new terms so that they don't become owners of the property. Right now, that's just not the case. So unfortunately, and I mean, and it is very unfortunate, is they're getting foreclosed on. That's what's happening. Now, not to say that they shouldn't go through, the normal things to go through, right? Like, the minute, like I would definitely tell them the minute that they think they can't make a payment or whatever, don't wait. That's the biggest thing, right? Like the minute that they're in a distress situation, get on the phone with an attorney. Depending on your state, every state's different. Get on the phone with, someone who does, debt, protection or relief, or, get in communication, get help, right? Get help. And work with the organizations that are created to help bridge that and, keep you from going into foreclosure. But at the end of the day, even if, sometimes even working with a foreclosure attorney, that's not going to guarantee that you're not going to ultimately end up in foreclosure, which is where our program comes in. Like we're literally like the last lifeline, so to speak, and what we do is we'll come in and we'll assess, have you exhausted every possible opportunity to either stop the foreclosure or reverse the foreclosure or whatever, right? And then if you've exhausted them all, because a lot of times people don't know all their options that are available. I've been blessed to be in real estate literally since I was a kid. My family, built homes for people. And so I've had the extreme blessing of at this point, scary to admit, but like over 40 years of real estate experience.
Right.
In every area, commercial, residential, selling businesses that own real estate, working with developers that take property and and turn it into development property, taking property that's gone through environmental hazards and, turning it around and purifying it. So there's like pretty much in the 40 plus years of real estate experience that there's really not too much I haven't done. So, in that regard, we can definitely help people find their way. And at the end of the day, if no, foreclosure is what's happening, it's happening, then that's where we come in specifically with our program and support them in making that transition. And we actually are able to provide relief in, being able to have bring in high quality investors to come in and purchase the property so that, they can get their, they don't have that foreclosure on their credit. Mm-hmm. As well as potentially, depending on how much equity they have, we can give them part of that equity back to them, right? And then because, depending on their situation, they credit wise, they may now be in a situation where they can't even rent a property.
Right.
Which is, just, it's heartbreaking, right? But inside our passion and our commitment to be part of the movement to, end homelessness, starting in America, right? And then working our way out. And the amazing team that we're part of with that, this is where we can do a preemptive strike. Right. And make sure that these families don't end up homeless and don't have to go through any additional unnecessary hardships, and kind of expedite the process to, get them back on their feet as quickly as possible.
I love that. And so what made you decide, because I know you're all about radical, radiant financial freedom for all. And what made you decide? I know that's your motto. And did I mess that up?
That one, no, you nailed that one. Because you've been living in that tractor beam for the last 3 years. So yeah, you nailed that one.
Nailed that one. Yeah. Woohoo. What made you decide to get on that route to make sure that people weren't homeless and to have, at least a roof over their head?
Yeah, great question. So it ties in beautifully because all ships float in high tide, right?
Yep.
So if you're not stressed out about where you live and you're not stressed out about your credit and you're working with people who are listening for your greatness and standing that there is no setback, right? There's a set up. There's no setbacks. Right. Then you are going to catapult, right? Potentially right into radiant radical financial freedom. So, and, at the end of the day, I'm a woman of God and, that's actually what I'm called. That's where I'm called to be, right. Is, helping people that are in need of help. Right. I'm not, me, I'm not a huge fan of the word help. Right. There is the offering of help in this situation that, it's more for me. It's like what I think here's the answer. Cause I'm authentically looking when you ask the question, right. Is I see the opportunity to breathe life into a family. And for me, that's like, what greater gift is there than to get to breathe life into a family, especially when it's gasping for air, potentially.
100%. 100%. Love that. And that's what our motto here in our joint venture is leave no man or woman behind. So that's all part of it.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the Army or whether you're civilian, it doesn't matter. We ensure that, we'll do what's necessary to bring everybody.
If you're human on our watch, you're not getting left behind.
That's right. So. Love that. Love that. So how can people get a hold of you then, Kimberly? What's the best way that you'd like people to get a hold of you?
That's a really great question. I didn't really come prepared for that. I'm going to say Freedom Group Global Facebook page, right? Like right off the top of my head. Oh, look, she's got it right there, ready to go. Rock star. Yeah, that would definitely be the first place I would go. Our entire team is monitoring our Facebook page. So that's probably your safest route. And also, what I see, right? Like we can actually get a 800 potentially a direct dial number on there. But I'd also say, no, I think that's probably, I mean, is there anyone who doesn't have Facebook? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, if you don't do Facebook, but you do LinkedIn, go to our LinkedIn page.
There we go.
But again, that's probably the safest route. And I intentionally turned my phone off, so it would not disrupt this. And I don't know my partner's phone number off the top of my head. So, I
If
guess
you
that's
go
what
to
we're going with, the social media.
if you do go to the Facebook page, all the information is there. And if for some reason you can't find it, just message us here, and we will definitely connect you with Kimberly and her amazing team. Yeah, I definitely love what you're doing, and so what is the favorite thing that you like to do most about everything that you're all up to?
At Freedom Group Global.
Yeah.
So I was okay, great. So I'm just so excited, and I'm really present to it on your show tonight. It definitely feels like a celebration tonight.
Woohoo!
That in 40 plus years of real estate. So two things. One, I never wanted to do real estate. Like, like it was not on my radar. Like it wasn't even in my top 10 list when I got out of high school, right? Like it was like, oh yeah, I want to do real estate. Like, no, absolutely not. Right.
Yeah.
And so what I love about what I get to do is what has been a constant in what I'm stepping into my birthday month here, right? So in my what's going to be now officially 59 years of existence, that my career has been one that I have trusted God every step of the way. Don't get me wrong. I have had days when I have woken up and said, what are we doing? Like, ugh, ugh.
Yep, I hear you.
And what I love right in this moment is this sense of presence, and a compounded interest that in staying the course. I can truly say that the next 30, 40 years of getting to do what I get to do in my Freedom Group Global company and in the real estate world, I'm like super lit up by it. I'm super lit up that we get to eradicate homelessness. I'm super excited that we get to, help charities and not-for-profits be funded through real estate. I'm super lit up that we get to fulfill on our massive mission of our company to cause radiant radical financial freedom for everyone on the planet, right? Not just America, but the planet, and the difference that, high tide will do for every human ship on the planet, right? Yeah. So I'm just lit up about all of it.
Love that. Absolutely love it. And so where do you see this going in the next couple of years?
The company or the homeless project?
Let's go with the homeless project. I know that, we do a lot of homelessness here in where I live in Windsor. And so the homelessness is a huge thing of my part of my heart. I mean, between cancer and homelessness and veterans, I mean, that's my top three anyway. So
yeah,
would love to know more about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Like, so if we're talking 2 years, right? So if we're talking like if we actually just like today, like start from today, which is kind of fun, right? It's the eve of my birthday. So that's also fun to stand in. So we're talking 2 years 2 years out, right? June to June to June to June. And the fact that I'm here with you and what you just said and how much I love you is we would definitely have expanded our services from America to Canada without a shadow, no, that's got to happen. Like that, that would definitely, like, I would definitely want to be providing what we're providing to the people and the places that matter most to you, Miss Dorothy.
Wow. Woohoo. Truly international, that's what we go
Well,
for
we'd be
here.
official then, wouldn't we? That would be doing it internationally.
International.
We're already
Yes.
doing it in two. We're officially already doing it in 2 states, Indiana and Illinois. And anyone watching the show, it doesn't matter where you are. We can help you. Like, I mean, our team is boots on the ground in Indiana and Illinois, but we can support you wherever you are. So don't let that get in your way. But the minute we expand into Canada, we'd be international. I kind of liking that. Like,
everybody wants a Canadian girl on their team because then they can say they're international.
I'm all about, as you know, I love the Canadians. I love them. I've yet to meet a Canadian that I have not been able to fall in love with.
Wow.
Some of my favorite entertainers are from, like, they'll say, "Oh, they're from Canada." I'm like, "Of course they are. Of course they are."
Wow. Yeah. It's funny what Canada is. It's funny because I was on the phone with a film producer last night out of Ottawa, Canada, Ontario. Anyway, so I'm talking to him. I'm like, man, there's just so many grants that we can personally get here. Like, why are people not making movies here? He goes, by the year 2026, anything that they do in Hollywood, they can do in Toronto. Anything.
Oh.
So, I mean, he goes, and not only do we get all this money, grant money, all these new movies are going to be made here. I'm just like, hell yes. Our documentary, our stories, yeah, I can see it. We'll make the Freedom
Group Global
in the spotlight. I love that.
Yeah, well,
yeah. Stars, camera, action.
Well, our logo has a star, so there you go.
There we go. There we go. So, what else, my dear, would you like to talk about tonight? Floor is yours. Anything else that Freedom Group Global is doing?
I think what I would want people to know about what we're doing is if you're a charity or a not-for-profit, and because the pre-foreclosures, right, the people that are being potentially kicked out of their homes, and so us being preventative, right, like being there for people so they don't end up homeless, that's just something that the current condition of the economy has created. So it's a stopgap. But our larger project that we've been working on for over a year is getting to work with an amazing community. I mean, they are just amazing community of investors that are all mission driven and God driven. And they've been working on it for the community's been working on it, I think, about 3 years, perfecting the systems. I've been involved with them for about a year, a solid year. And so we provide shared housing opportunities and a whole new solution for charities and not-for-profits, that if they've got the funding for the homeless, right? If they've got the funding for the beds, it's a common phrase used in that,
right.
But they can't locate places, right, they can't find the housing. They can't, that because housing has gotten so expensive and the conventional ways of providing the housing is not working in their economic formulas. Call us. That is the larger piece. And we've had the great fortune, all of our systems work in every scenario. It works with veterans and military that are dealing with being homeless. It works with people who have just gone through being trafficked, right? Whether it's sex trafficking or human trafficking makes no difference. We can support those charities as well. People getting out of prison. We have amazing systems for people getting out of prison. So if municipalities or, again, charities that have the funding for the beds, right, but they don't have the real estate, call us. That's what we do. This is where we're really bringing full power inside of eradicating homelessness. Yeah. Try to say that word 3 times fast, or
homelessness.
Yeah. Okay. Great. You're awesome. I get tongue tied. Clearly. Women, and or men, right? Spousal abuse and or child abuse scenarios where those people are finding themselves without a home or subject to staying in the home that they're in where the abuse is happening. All of them. There's not a category, there's not a lane that we can't support in getting those. You got a long list of people that you just don't have the beds for. You got the funding for it, but you don't have the beds for it. We got you. We absolutely got you. We can turn that on a dime. So please, if you're one of those charities, not-for-profits that are working with those kind of constraints, call us. We have an amazing team. And like I said, this team is, their hearts are so pure. And it truly is is it international? It's definitely national. Our team is national. I'm gonna have to look into that for you, Dee. I know we're very open to expanding at this point internationally and or across the globe. Everybody on this team is fearless. But way more important, they're highly trained, proven structures and systems, and hearts of gold. So that would be the other thing I would definitely want them to know about on today's show.
Awesome. Love it. And again, just go to the Freedom Group Global Facebook group, or just comment below, whether you're watching from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or even Spotify or Roku. Let us know. Connect with us. We can definitely connect you with Kimberly and her team. Amazing team. And yeah, let's end homelessness. Let's make this happen. Because I'm excited about that. Truly excited about that. Who knows what will happen?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, I do. We're gonna usher in God's economy and the age of Aquarius. That's what we're gonna do. That's and we're gonna breathe life into people and expand their experience of life as God intended it.
I love it. Love it. Well, thank you for all that you do, you and your team. It's definitely an honor to have you on here tonight. Any last words before we wrap this up?
I guess the only thing that I'm not saying that is screaming to be said is we started a book club to cleanse your money. I don't know if you have the bit.ly, Dorothy, handy, but it's not too late. It's actually not too late. This lives inside of our mission to cause radiant radical financial freedom for all. So we're pretty excited about it. It's a 30-day cleanse process, and you're guaranteed to locate $500 as long as you do the work. You got to do the work. Okay, it's like it's not guaranteed by joining.
Right.
That it's going to happen. It's guaranteed by doing the work. But you not only will you locate at least $500 over the merry month of June, most likely way more than that, and way more importantly, you will have cleansed your money of anything that's like on it or in it, right? That is like you don't even know that it's there, and your mind. Right, you'll be able to do a complete reset. So it's a pretty amazing program. It's a very simple, fundamental, playful program. And at Freedom Group Global, if it ain't fun, we ain't doing it. So we'd love to have you, and it's not too late.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, I do not have that information
That's
on me,
okay.
but we could get it and put it in the comments or add it to the show notes. Or reach out to Kimberly and I, and we'll definitely get you that information.
You know what? Actually, it's on the Facebook site. So it's listed as the event. And don't worry if you can't be at the event tonight. It's literally not a problem. Just put on our face. Make a comment or follow us, whatever that is. And just say I want to join. I want to join the book club. And then our team will reach out and get you set up before the weekend, and you'll still have plenty of time to participate at a high level.
Love that. Yes, you'll see us because I'm also in that book club. So
yeah,
they're joining Kimberly and her team. So come check us out. We'll be there. And thanks so much, Kimberly, for coming on. Love to have you as always.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm so lit up because, as and some people may know that are watching the show, I have my hands on a lot of different things, and it's very electrifying to be in a space where I couldn't be more tickled about my real estate company. And God has always told me it was the cornerstone of the work I would be doing in the world. And I'm so crazy present to it in this show tonight. And I don't think that would have happened. I don't think I would have slowed down enough to really see that the way I'm seeing it right now here with you. So just really thank you for the opportunity to get to be on the show tonight.
Absolutely. And I don't want to miss this either. Kimberly came on a couple weeks ago on Unstoppable Overcomers with the Forgiveness Wave, her and Kalita. And I just she's going on the El Camino for her birthday. That's part of her birthday thing here. And so they started this Forgiveness Wave and a Patreon site and things like that. So if you are interested in learning more about that, please go to this website that I just put up, the https // forgiveness wave. So many freaking backslashes. Anyways, go check them out there. If you can donate, that would be great. Maybe if Kimberly,
well, I mean, they'd want to participate. They can participate. It's crazy. They can participate for as little as $1 a month. Like no man left behind, right? The cool thing is that they're going to be able to track and be a part of this wave that we're creating, this forgiveness wave across the planet to restore the planet. And it's not only is it going to be a good time, but it's going to be very, very, very exciting to participate in. So, the more the merrier. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely. So go check that out. Thanks again, Kimberly, for coming on and joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Love having you here. Don't forget, go check out the Freedom Group Global Facebook group. I can say homelessness, but apparently I can't say Freedom Group Global.
Hey, listen, you complete me. You get to say homelessness for me, and I can say Freedom Group Global for you. We make a good pair.
And I have my husband's eyes and he's my ears. So there we go.
I'm saying, that's the beauty of partnerships. You don't have to have all the parts.
That is true. That is true.
It's the complementary ones.
That's great. Thank you to all our guests for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. Come back same time, same channel next week. Don't forget, this Saturday, I'm doing like a 1-hour masterclass for you people out there that are interested in learning more about your purpose and tapping into that. Slow yourself down enough to treat yourself to come to this event. I will be posting the information in the comments as well. So check that out. It is a free event. But yeah, love to see you there, and good night for now, and be unstoppable in all that you do.